Ooh, yeah, pretty good for that non-copyrighted stuff. Everybody can hear me okay? Everything's all right? All right. Ha. Thank you very much, Richard. Thank you. All right, man. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. And all that good stuff. Henry in Scotland. In Scotland. What is it that you guys eat with the thing that's under the ground? It's the sheep's head or something like that. What is that stuff? I always wanted to try it just to say I did. Tom, what's happening? Dennis. The man, the myth, the legend. Haggis, that's right, yeah. I always forget, but... You like it? It's good stuff? When you're drunk on vodka? I used to drink vodka. I'll drink it in a pinch. Vodka, gin, but my favorite's tequila. How can you go wrong with tequila? So, how long is this lag? Let me see. How long is the lag? 1, 2. Well, it's not very long. All right. Leo. You know, I'm not a big drinker. But, it's getting hot in here already. But I do like a nice cold beer once in a while. And, you know, in the right circumstance, I'll drink. Sometimes you need mind-altering substances. All right. Yeah, I forgot. Speaking of mind-altering substances, I forgot all about this. But marijuana is now legal. Medical marijuana is now legal in Thailand. Let me see something here, because I'm curious to know what are the here we go. The guidelines allow medical marijuana first in Southeast Asia. It's now legal. Let me see what the deal is here, because I'd like to know what exactly are the stipulations. You know, when I was younger, I used to smoke weed, and you know, I admit I like it, but I don't really want to get involved with it now. Like as far as smoking it and getting stoned all the time or anything like that, I don't want to do that. But sometimes because of the pain I'm in, I wouldn't mind downing some edibles. Let me see here. The big picture. Under the revised narcotics was legal with it will be allowed for treatment of certain diseases, for first aid, or in cases of emergency. However, anybody with more than 10 kilograms of marijuana will be treated as they have the intent to sell it illegally. Yeah, but see, it doesn't say anything. Let me see here. The law allows the possession of a necessary amount of marijuana for medical treatment. Those in possession of the drug for this purpose need to carry a doctor's prescription. Also be so I'm wondering, among those permitted to possess marijuana are patients who need the drug for treatment, state agencies responsible for research or medical-related education, Thai Red Cross, anti-narcotics agencies, blah, blah, blah. All right, so it doesn't really say a whole lot. It doesn't give you the all the specifics. Well, that's what I'm wondering. I mean, seriously, I'm not in pain all the time, but like sometimes it's hard to move around. It's hard to walk, and you know, I wouldn't mind popping a couple of pot brownies. You know, if they got them for sale. I really don't want to be puffing joints. You know, I've taught my kids not to smoke, and they don't smoke, and I don't really want to give them a reason to think it's okay to do it. But Holland class, long time no see. Season's greetings, Merry Christmas, and all that good stuff. Happy holidays. Don't want to offend anybody. Not that I really care. I'd like to offend a lot of people. But you know what? I just bite my tongue because it's so much easier sometimes if you just don't say anything and you just don't worry about shit. That's one of my... I'm going to have to add that. I've got my New Year's goals and resolutions here. Let me see if I can put that in here. Yeah, 13. And I'll go over this in a minute. Okay, so first, I guess, today, what is today? Today's Thursday, December 27th. One of the last days of 2018. Weather, it's approximately 82 degrees. It'll be in the 80s all through this week and next week. For the most part, it'll be cloudy with a little sunshine mixed in. 77% humidity. Whew. Wind, 6 miles an hour. west-northwest. Visibility 5 miles. Wow, that's a long ways for here. Sunrise today was at 6:38. I was up at about 2 o'clock, just laying in bed watching a couple of shows. And then I finally got out of bed at, what time was it? I got the picture. About 3:40 something. Let me see here. No, 3:36 in the morning. So I was up bright and early today. Sunset is at 5:57. Get the fuck out. Are you serious? The THC is out of it? No, that can't be true. That's part of the... Is THC taken out of Mary Joanna? What's the difference between the largest... All right, let me see here. Wow. I guess it's the cannabinol that takes the pain away. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter because I don't really care about getting stoned. I mean, you know. Right. Yeah, I'm over. God damn it, I'm over 21 by now. Website wants you to put their. God damn it, I put it in there. They want you to enter your age. How does medical cannabis differ from recreational cannabis? It's more recreational, similar, remains as foggy to some as a hit of amnesia haze, nebulous and beyond comprehension. The larger portion of medical cannabis is focused on the variations of cannabinol content, he says, saying that THC, colloquial, associated with cannabis high and movement, is more valued for recreational use. Okay, so the cannabinol is what is recognized as a way of pain management, muscle relaxation, and a myriad of other patient desirables. Make it on the go for symptom relief that avoids the euphoric effect produced by THC. Conversely, recreational strains tend to focus on the ratio of THC to cannabinol, with a 2-to-1 ratio being the most potent. Well, I don't know if I like that. I mean, you know, I'm not going to get, like, stoned out of my head or anything, but, like, I remember what weed was like in my day. And, you know, can buy non-THC pot at corner stores now. Yeah, but I thought that can't you get the good shit? Fidelity, what's happening? Happy holidays, Mary Jane. Mary Jane. And my aircon is not working. Maybe those lights are hot. I thought you can get, like, really strong weed. Hey, Mr. Tin Man. Really? Well, I mean, I don't have any problem. I wouldn't have any problem going to a doctor and saying, listen, here's my records. Take a look at them. I'm in pain all the time. Sometimes in tons of pain. Sometimes in a little bit. That I can handle without, you know, any kind of medication. Last night, you know, I've been training in the gym again. And I haven't been in the gym for, I don't know, 5 months, 6 months. And so, you know, the first day was tough. And the second day was even tougher because I was already sore. And, like, right now, I'm really, really sore, and I need to go to the gym today, and then I'm not going tomorrow. But I've got a headache. You know, my neck, where I hurt my neck before, hurts. And so, I took some of these, which is Norepinephrine, which is the same thing as Motrin. It's good shit. Good stuff. I like it. And it made me feel better, but now I feel the headache coming back on. I like hitting the bag. And one thing you didn't see is that, I like to use elbows and headbutts too. It's hard for me to kick with my right leg, but slowly. This is the big thing, and I've learned as I've gotten older, is especially the older you get, the harder it is just to jump back in off the sofa and start training in just about anything. You can't just jump in after 3 years. Let's say you're 3 years off. It's tough just to get back in to the gym and start, okay, well, I'm going to lift, 5 sets, and I'm going to do, 5 body parts per day, and I'm going to do, it just doesn't work that way. And same thing with hitting the pads. I mean, my hands are sore a little bit, but they feel pretty good, actually, for how they are usually. But that's, to me, what's fun, is being in the boxing and jiu-jitsu. I only did jiu-jitsu in my life for, 2 months, 3 months, and I did something called shoot boxing. Thank you very much, George. Thanks a lot, man. I did something called shoot boxing. God, that was right around the time when it was the UFC, their first show. Because the guy that I was training with knew a guy, Eric Paulson, who was fighting in the UFC. Yeah, the fan's not on me, that's why it's hot. Anyway, so I did some shoot boxing for a while, which is kind of, it mixes in kickboxing, stand-up, and jiu-jitsu, kind of jiu-jitsu, leg locks, and stuff like that. But I can't really do that kind of stuff anymore because my hip is thrashed, and so I got to just be careful what I do. But anyway, the point is that last night when I woke up, I was in just lots of pain. And I was in so much pain that I was just laying there going, I don't feel like getting up and getting the Nurofen because I know it's going to take me a little bit of effort to get up. Finally, I just went, all right, I'll get it. Down some water. And, I feel a little better now. But that's to be expected on your first couple of days, first couple of weeks. So, let's see here. Where was I? So, Christmas is over. I'm kind of glad it's over. It wasn't the same this year as it usually is. My kids are at the point now where they're like, I got to go to school. Yeah, but you got gifts. All right, well, so when are we going to open them up? We'll open them up. We open them up Christmas Eve because they had to go to school on Christmas Day. However, I think Alex is off from today until, let me think, 28, 29, 30, until Tuesday. He has to go, he's got to go back to school on Tuesday. Nicholas is at school today because he's playing in some duet, playing the piano with some kid during they have little shows for their school or whatever, so he's playing in that and he wants to practice, so. But he'll be off. My wife is off until I think the 2nd or 3rd. Which is, it's good and bad to have her home. It's good because, I like her being here, but it's also, sometimes I'll be like, all right, I feel like going, I'm going to go do this, I'm going to go do that, I got things to do. And she'll be like, where are you going? Aren't you going to go with me? Aren't you going to go to this? Aren't you going to do that? Honey, didn't you do this? She's got the little list of honeydew things. And, when she's working and the kids are at school, I can do pretty much anything I want. I just set it up. I don't have any responsibilities during that time as far as with them. So that's kind of nice, but it's nice being with them and watching TV and movies and, doing the whole thing. And, my wife, she got me the membership because she knows that I was talking about going to to the gym again. And and she wants to go to the gym because she's always been somebody who she used to run a lot, do stuff like that. And you know, she's getting older now, as we all are. And so she wants to try to get herself into better shape and stave off old age, you know. Well, so go out and get some. That'd be great. I mean, if I were you, I would probably be doing this. I'd be pulling a Joe Rogan, man. Except, I'd be like, I ate 3 brownies already. I'll never forget, and I've told this story before, I'm sure. I went to the Netherlands many years ago to train in a Muay Thai gym in the south of the Netherlands, in Breda. And during the day you basically could do whatever you want. And there was a couple Japanese guys that I was rooming with. And we spent the days together, but sometimes I'd be like, man, I got to get out of here. I'm out of here, right? And so I would just go into town, and I'd go into the restaurants and go look around for Dutch chicks, and to try to set things up. And one of the days I went to this boat. There was like a little boat. It was on the canal, and I was like, well, let me go into this, check it out, because I could tell that it was a place where they sold weed. So I went into the place. I go in, and right on the, big, everything's on a big, like whiteboard or whatever. Tells you the prices, blonde Lebanese and, whatever. And then it said in big letters, space cakes. So I don't remember exactly how many ate, but like I had a couple, and I was like, man, I'm not feeling it. It's not that strong. It's not that, it's no big deal. I need more. And so I bought a couple more, ate them, and I was like, all right, well, I'm starting to feel a little bit. I better get on the road. So I start going back, and I knew how to get in from where they lived. I would take the bus. There was a little bus right outside their apartment complex. The apartment complex where we were staying. We were staying right next to the guy who set everything up. And I just take the bus in, take the bus back out. And so I was in town. In the center of town, everything is centered in Breda around this, I think it's a church. And my buddy that I ended up staying with for a couple of years there told me at one time, he said, well, this church is starting to sink because of all the bars on the outside of it. Everybody goes to the bars and they drink beer, and then when they come out, they got to take a piss, and so they piss right up against the church. Soy Dog Cowboy, what's happening? So everybody goes back outside. They've drank a lot of beer, and they go and they take a piss. And he said, the church is starting to sink because so many people have been pissing here. And I always laughed at that. But by the time I was, back to the city center and thinking about going back, I was really, really stoned. And I had a hard time finding my way back. Finally, I find my way back, and I get back to the apartment. Japanese guys are like, and I'm thinking, man, I got to go to the gym in like an hour. I'm like, well, I better just lay down and get, so I'm sitting there, in the apartment. I'm thinking I better get a little bit of rest. I laid down. Next thing I know, I hear this noise, and I get up. And they're like, what? Saying everything in Japanese, but I could tell they were like, why didn't you go train? I'm like, what? No, it's time. And I went, oh, shit. I slept all the way through the training session. They had already come back. I missed the whole thing. I didn't even go. I was like knocked out for like 4 hours. I couldn't believe it. And then I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go back to bed. I was so stoned. I went to sleep. So that's my space cake story. I used to have a picture that I really liked. I don't know what happened to it, but it was me. I was very fit at the time, and I had this leather jacket on and this Oakland Raiders hat on, and I was standing there with a couple guys. It was great, man. You know, it was a good time. The Netherlands was a good time. I used to go every year. It was really nice, and I'd go during Thanksgiving because I got a lot of time off at work. So that was pretty good. Let me try something here. Let's see. Where's my little paper at? You know, I think I may go out and buy a headset. I don't know. You know, I haven't talked to him much the last couple of days. I asked him if he made it through Festivus, and he said he didn't do anything. So I don't know what he's doing. If he's just chilling out, getting ready to, you know, to go back home or what, I don't know. But I'm going to talk to him. Well, probably today or tomorrow, for sure. Yeah, I like Amsterdam, but I prefer the South even more. And what was it? Oh, Lori. I was wondering if you're going to be here. How you doing? Merry Christmas again. I liked Rotterdam. I didn't particularly like Utrecht. But then it was a pretty nasty couple of days when I was there. But I like Breda in the South. It's a quick trip over to Belgium, and the guy that I would hang out with at night, or the couple of guys that I would hang out at night with. I mean, we were just, I don't understand why I did it that way, but like guys would go over there, they would train, be done at 9 o'clock, go back, get cleaned up, they're out 10 o'clock again, and, oh, thanks a lot, yeah, for the weed, man. Hey, I really want to know what their guidelines here are, because they're very, very vague, so I may have to ask my, my doctor, what's the deal with it, does he know, because, hey, pain relief. Oh, wow, I got the little sound in my ear. This is all right here. Let me put something up here. I don't know if it's going to work. Let me see here. Let me see how we do this. I hope this doesn't... Oh, there we go. All right. All right, so let me see. Where's my goal at? Oh, it doesn't... Oh, I have to put it above the... You know, it really would be nice if I had some... There we go. But that doesn't look very good. Let's see if it... Hey, Fidel, you coming to pat you soon? How come this is not showing? Now there's a longer lag, it seems. This thing is not... Oh, it's not showing because I haven't set it up yet, because I got the studio thing here. Let me show this. All right, let me see here. All right, let's see if this will work. Yes, should work. Okay, so that's where we stand right there for the trip, and that doesn't include today's, but I'm going to go ahead and throw in... Well, that's good. You know what I'd like to do is I'd like to get a real headset and get set up, get the little, everything set up. And so eventually what I'd like to do is just go somewhere and have, you know, one or two other people and be able to talk to them. And, you know, everybody can hear what everybody is saying. And have, you know, I think you can set it up to where you have 2 or 3 different video cameras and you can switch back and forth. But, you know, I really need somebody to help me with that, because it's, you know, I could probably figure things out, but, well, just for being too hot. My friend is going in April, but I'm stuck. You're stuck? Oh, that sucks, man. But, you know, maybe I can find, you know, maybe Alex has a, you know, he's getting a little older now. He's got friends, you know. He's got all kinds of friends that are doing all kinds of different things. Maybe I can get him to find some kid that really knows about this kind of stuff. And who's willing to help me and get me set up. And, you know, I don't know. Alex is working right now on an intro for me. I think I said something about it the other day, but he's working on an intro. And, you know, with his guitar, I heard him. I was in the bathroom taking a dump. I'll say it. And, oh, what happened? I heard music to my ears. Let me see here. What happened? Where am I? See, I'm a little slow. Oh, thanks, Tom. A nickel. A nickel bag. Hey, man, let me hold a nickel. Listen, I got involved in some stuff at one point of my life I wasn't too happy about. You know, looking back, it wasn't a very good thing. You know, has to do with Coca-Cola, and you know, I just remember all the, hey man, let me hold a dime, and I was like, what? Let me hold a dime, like a dime? You got a dime, man? I'd be like, oh. Anyway, let me see if I can put these in here. Let me hold a dollar. That's what I used to hear a lot. I'd be at some gas station in Pomona. Some guy would walk up to me. Hey man, let me hold a dollar. You know, my car broke down and I ain't got no money. Ain't got no teethus. And I don't know how I'm gonna get home. Let me hold a dollar. Like, I did it once, and then I went back like the next day, and the guy was there again, and I told him, give me back my fucking money. You're doing the same thing over and over again. Yeah, man, I ain't got home yet. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. That was funny. All right, so here comes one. Oh, shit, I didn't put the little dancing guy up. Oh, well, next time. Let's see here. Can I do that? Where is the little dancing dude? Alerts. Oh, here we go. All right, now let's see if it'll work this time. Who did I put in here? Let me see here. All right, give me a second. Soy Dog Cowboy. Soy Dog Cowboy, $10. I do like the Streamlabs. It keeps track of everything. It does everything for you. Tells you the date. It tells you everything. Soy Dog Cowboy. Super chat. Boom. Oops. $10. Hold a dime. All right, that should work.
Super chat.
Did it show up? I didn't see it. Man. Oh. What is this? Okay, so they're called something different. Maybe you got to put it up here. Let me see. I don't know if it's going to work. I'm really bad at this stuff. I want to see the little guy dance. Let me put the little $5 up there. Here we go. Very good. See, every name gets assigned a code automatically, and so you use the same code, and then it tells you, you know, the dates of all the contributions and all that kind of stuff. Very interesting. Let me see here, super chat. Okay, will it show up? Damn. It didn't work. Well, that sucks. Oh, wow. What the heck? What was this? Wow. Well, now I got to put that in. Now I got to get it to work. Oh, thank you, Henry. Thanks a lot, man. Oh, Benny, cool, man. Thank you. Wow. We're almost there. Let me see here. I got to put up this one, though. I want to know how come it's not working, though. How come the alerts are... Oh, well, maybe because they're not showing. All right, let me try this with Henry. Let's just go here. Henry. Super chat. So you see the way that it's got... Oh, shit. Let's see here. What was that? 8? Great British Pounds. GBP. Will it work now? What happened? Is there any sound? You're supposed to give it right there. Yeah, they'll huh? Refund. Oh, I don't know how to do a refund. What happened to the dancing dude? It didn't come for Henry either. Well, I got one more to try, and then let me see. Benny, what's that? Litecoin? That's why I don't go into clubs, because I don't want to have to. To me, it's degrading to have to do that. It's intrusive. What happens if you smoke weed in Amsterdam? Thank you, Benny. If you smoke weed in Amsterdam and then you go to Thailand and, you go out like that night to meet your buddies or something and they bust you and they find weed in your system. Then they go, oh, you've been smoking weed, you're guilty. No, I just came from Amsterdam. It's legal there. Yeah, but you're high here. No, I'm not high. I smoked it, 3 days ago or 2 days ago or whatever. Sorry. That's kind of screwed up, if you ask me. All right, let me see something here. If I can put this in here. Maybe it'll show up, but I don't know what's going on here. I got to figure it out. See if I can do this. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Oops. All right, here we go. Yay, it works. Woohoo! All right. Let's see here. Here we 30 days in the hole. I said same thing about drug testing and well, I mean, that's the thing, I don't know, I mean, there's a case to be made for both sides because, if you're at a job and people are counting on you and their lives are dependent on you or something like that, I don't particularly think if you're smoking weed on a Friday night and you go into work Monday, that should invalidate your employment. That people should be able to go, oh, well, you're terminated. To me, that's bullshit. But, I guess if it's an illegal substance where you live, then maybe, I can understand. But let's say you live in Washington and you smoke a big fatty on Saturday night, and you go in on Monday, and something happens, and they piss test you. Then what? All right, let me see if I can get this straightened out here. I think I got it set up now. Let's see here. One more here. Let me just edit this. Boom. Alright, that's cool. Now let me see here. If I can find this. You know, that's the other thing too, is that weed, it's not like, you know, you're doing acid and you're going to be high for quite some time. You know, or you'll have those you'll have some kind of remnants in your system, or ecstasy, or, you know, something like that. Weed's not going to do that to you. I mean, it's ridiculous, you know, so... let's see here. $10. All right. All right, that should do it. Yeah, so it's working. Litecoin. All right. Okay, so let me see. Where was I? Well, first of all, let's see here. So I went through the exercise stuff. Yeah. Vietnam, obviously, I have my ticket for the 14th of January. And I just received my visa, so that's good. Well, that's the problem, Dennis. To me, it's a problem. If you're living somewhere and it's legal to use marijuana, then, you know, that means that, guess what? Well, because the employer says if you use weed, we're firing you, that you're not allowed to use it, even though it's legal in the country. It's like saying, well, you can't. If we find there's any alcohol in your system, you're fired. You know, to me, alcohol is far more detrimental to people than pot is. But anyway, the Vietnam trip. What was I going to say? I still haven't got a ticket to come back because I don't know where I'm going to come back from. I don't know exactly when I'll be coming back. I may come back from Ho Chi Minh City, or I may come back from Phnom Penh. Depends. You know, my goal is $1,250. However, one thing that I figured, and I didn't count on this, but, you know, the fees for all this stuff works out to about 15 to 20%. So really, I need about 15 or 20% more than that, and then I have my own money. So if I'm gone for like 14 days, I figure it'll cost me somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,600, something like that. That's with all the tickets and the train and the hotel room. The hotel rooms are what cost. They're about $30 a night. You know, it's not all that much, but still, it adds up. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend January 14th. And I have a ticket already, so that's great. Thai Airways. I think I'm going to spend like 3 or 4 days in Hanoi. And then I was thinking about going to Lao Cai, but I don't know that that's a smart move because I'd rather go. I want to stop in Hue and then go down to Da Nang and then go to Nha Trang. And then from Nha Trang, go to Ho Chi Minh City. From Ho Chi Minh City, either fly back or go into Phnom Penh and then fly back. So, you know, it's kind of... oh, yeah. You're coming in what, March? I'll have to give you directions to Klong Tui. You can go and say hello to the lady for me. Actually, there's a beach I want to go there. I think that's... Let me see here. Is that in the place that I thought it was? Yeah. Okay. There are some nice beaches there. Oh, you're going to be here in February. Oh, I thought you were going to be here in March. But yeah, okay, only a couple of days. But yeah, I think I should be back by then. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. Depends, It's all about like how much dough I have and is it going to fit the budget and everything like that. I've been going off for my train fares. I've been going off of Seat 61 and then the places that you buy the tickets for in Vietnam. And they're pretty reasonable, but it just depends. If you buy it online, they charge a premium for them, so I'm not going to do that. But it should be fun, And from what I hear, I should be able to stream from there. And I should have no problems making videos there. I may actually bring, I'm not sure yet if I'll bring both of the gimbals, the DJI Osmos gimbals, because one of them I can use with my GoPro and one of them I can use with the phone. I don't know yet. I'm not sure. I hate carrying all that stuff. I just want one bag. That's it. I want to have like a pair of shorts on me, maybe 2 pairs of shorts. It's really not that complicated, Lori. Seriously, it's not complicated. All it is if you know how to get around, then it's not complicated. But if you don't know how to get around, then yeah, it can be a bit of a pain. Yeah, it's not that hard. It's just, it's just implement your plan. Make a plan, write it out how you're going to do it, and then, do what you plan. Listen, you could use Nanda for a day or two, and he could help you a lot, but you don't really have to. It's just that he's helpful. But like getting to the train station and stuff like that, all that's pretty easy. Getting a flight, just buy the flight inside. You go to Yangon, and you spend a day there, and then the next day you go and you set up some flights for a couple of days in advance or whatever. And then, if you want to fly somewhere, you do it that way. You want to take a train, do it that way. The trains are a bit, I wouldn't say, well, they are kind of antiquated, but they're a rough ride. But, they're definitely an adventure. You go 12, 15 hours, 20 hours somewhere, you're bound to, meet some people and, uh-oh. Whoa. I don't know. I wouldn't like cancel the trip just because you think it's too complicated. If it's like, I don't think I have enough time, or it doesn't look like it's for me. That's one thing. But it's very different from Thailand. It's a mixture of Southeast Asia and like India. Like Thailand, Malaysia, and mixed with Indian culture, and so I like the place, but up to you. February 25th to March 19th, so that's 22 days. So sell them in your country and it'll pay for your trip. So sell what? A DJI Pocket? I don't know how good that one thing is, Dennis. I really don't. I haven't looked at any reviews because I don't really need one. I guess I could use one because you know what? Eventually the phone is going to give out and I don't want to have to deal with that. I want my phone to be a phone and maybe to stream once in a while, but booze and... Man, you know what? You could do that, but like to say that it's going to pay for your trip, I don't know. Cigs, maybe. Yeah, to go to all three, like Bagan. I don't know. I don't know how much you're into temples. I'm not really all that fond of them. Yangon, you know what you could do in Yangon is you could go there for a day, get there in the morning, hang out during the day, and just kind of go check some stuff out. You can go to the Shwedagon Pagoda, and then the next day go across the river. Maybe even go to Twante. There's not a whole lot to do, but these places are great for photography. They're fantastic for photography. I mean, that's just the way that Myanmar is set up. Just about everywhere is fantastic. Like I said, so you can go across the river the next day, and then maybe the next day you fly somewhere in a late afternoon or something. You get there, like say you got to Bagan on a Monday evening. No. Definitely not. I think it's 60, if I remember correctly. It might even be 90, but I thought it was 60. But it could be 90. I don't remember. I never worry about it because it's always long enough for me. So then if you went to Bagan for, say, that night, the next night, and then you leave the next day, so that's 6 days. 6 days. And then you go to, Inle Lake, you really need about 10 days to go to 3 places. But if you want to go for a week, I would only go to 2. And I don't know, I think Inle Lake would probably be better. Bagan is a fantastic place, but I just think that with limited time, you could have more fun at Inle Lake. You could do like 3 days in Yangon, 3 days in Inle Lake, and then come back, spend a night in Yangon. You spend another day, another night in Yangon, and then like the next day you fly back or something like that. Man, the whole country is fantastic, and like to me, like Inle Lake is a tourist area. At least Yangon is a big city, so it's there are tourists, but you'll be surprised you won't see nearly as many tourists as say in Thailand or even Indonesia. I mean, or Cambodia. I really like that because you get more. To me, you get a better experience. But like if you go on the ferry across. You go across the river, and you take the ferry, to go there. Go with Nanda. If I were going to do that, I would go with him, just because it's so much easier because he can translate for you. In Yangon, you really, there are plenty of people that speak English, but if you're going to go out into the country a little, it's not really out that far, but. Going across the river, it's like a completely different place. It's like you're going to the countryside and you're just going across the river from the city. Then if you go all the way to Twante, that's different too. But Inle Lake is set up for foreign visitors, so you don't need to bring them there. But there's a lot to do, and I'm sure you'll have a good time taking photos there. There's so much to see. That's what I mean. To me, you could spend a whole month in Myanmar and you would still have a lot. I mean, so much to see that it would take you a full year just to get through some of the main areas. To go from north to south. Anyway, got off the track a little bit. I don't know how many people here are watching the fight this weekend. Jones and Gustafson UFC fight. Anybody watching that this weekend? Anybody know about it? Let me see what's up with Longhorns. Anybody? Anybody watching the fight? There's a chance we'll have a little get-together at my pad with a few people. Mr. Billy included. Yeah, I know. I was saying on the forum on my website, I was saying how I can believe John Jones made a couple of mistakes. Okay, but after like 2 times, you make a mistake, and then you get caught again. Okay, listen, buddy, learn your lesson. But over and over and over again, the guy's got banned substances in his. He's been found to be using banned substances. And what I said was that, to me, he's like the little boy who cried wolf. No, it was an accident. No, it was, it was because of this, it was because of that. Not just saying, yeah, I cheated. He didn't just say, I cheated, okay, I admit it. He'd be better off saying that. I'm a cheat. I cheated. I wanted to keep up with the Joneses. A lot you guys don't know, I did it. Okay. And then don't get caught again. But see, he's caught again, and again, and again, and again. And I don't buy this bullshit that, this picogram is, it's a 50 millionth of a grain of salt. That's what they found, and I'm sorry, I just don't buy it. So at this point, I hope that Gustafson, because Gustafson has busted his ass, and he's a hell of a fighter, he deserves to be champion, or deserves to get a shot at the championship, rather. I don't believe John Jones does. As good as he is, I think he's blown his opportunities. If he wins convincingly, and then he comes back, and he comes back clean, like 2 or 3 fights, all right, maybe I'll change my mind about him. But I don't see that happening. There's a window of opportunity for fighters. And generally that window is no more than about 10 years. A window where they are at their very best. I don't know, let me see something here. Okay, what is he? He's 31. Yeah, let me see here. So what he's been fighting for? He's been fighting for about 9 years. 8, 9 years. Yeah, you see, that's the other thing. Where's that here? Just show me the record. Jesus. I don't need to know all the stuff about him. 3rd suspension and return. Doesn't have his record. Where's his record? Here we go, record. Okay. Turinabol. Okay. Well, yeah, he's been fighting 10 years. 10 and a half years. And so I would say at most he has maybe 3 years left, 4 years left, where he's at the top. I think I'm getting sick. Which, you know, in the UFC, there's always young, hungry guys coming up. Not that he's not hungry, but I just think that Gustafson and DC just, yeah, I am a little bit. They deserve to be where they are, and John Jones, he doesn't. You know, if you're going to cheat, don't get caught. I mean, you know, it's simple as that. You know, I'm sure that the same thing goes in bodybuilding. You know, you want to use roids, and then they catch you. Well, guess what? You're busted. Sorry. Arrivederci. You're done. All right, so I did want to get into something here. Let me see something here. Well, two things. First, the insurance. Mandatory insurance in Thailand. It was brought to my attention this morning by Mr. FQ, that's Fidelity Quester, that, you know, he was looking at visas and everything, and where is it? Which embassy? The Washington, D.C. embassy, I guess, recommends, they provided a link to recommended health insurance for long-stay visas. Now, there's 3 companies, okay? Let me see something here. Oh, I got it. I don't know where it is. I thought it was right there, but I don't know where it is, my insurance. But I got it off the top of my head. I know what's going on with it. 3 insurance companies. The Viria Insurance Company, Navakit Insurance Public Company Limited, Thai Viwat Insurance Company Public Limited. All 3 of these companies were recommended by the Washington Embassy as insurance companies that people should consider using. And the problem with them is I looked at the premium, and for somebody like, just for somebody like me, okay, the premium, one of it for this, what is it, Wiria Insurance, the premium is higher than my premium with Aetna, and it's not only high, it would be higher just for me, and I have insurance with Aetna that includes my 2 sons. It would be higher than our policy now just for me. And you get less. You get far less as far as the benefits go. I mean, it's a really not very good limits that they have here. It's the bare minimum. Okay. And then we have this other company. What is it? Navakit. They do, to their credit, they got 2 plans, and let's see. I believe they're well, they pay 90% as opposed to 80%, which is my plan. This is for a 400,000 baht max per disability, which is not that much. Again, they're about 5,000 baht a month for this plan, and our insurance is just under 4,000 for me and my 2 kids. And I've got as good and actually better insurance than this, with the exception of the 90%. So it's at least as good. They do have another policy. It's Plan 2, and that would run about about 7,200 baht a month. Yeah, 7,200 baht a month. Right. Okay. 7,200 baht a month, and their maximums, their ceilings, are either less. Well, this one is higher than mine by about 300,000 baht, but it's also, $1,200 more expensive a year. Then you got the last one, which, first of all, you've got to pay it annually. You don't pay it monthly. For the one that matches my policy, the cost, just for me, 73,600 baht a year. Okay, so divide that by 12, you got about 6,000, a little more than 6,000 baht a month. Again, that's just for me. That doesn't include my 2 kids. So my price is cheaper. I get almost as much as what they offer. Yep. And so, yeah, it's not very good. All right. So I wanted to bring that up. And I also wanted to bring up about this retirement visa, because I know some people are on that or they want to get it. And the only thing that I can say is there is a video on YouTube. You just look up U.S. Embassy or whatever. I don't even remember the name of the video. What was it? It was Power 103.5 interview with U.S. Embassy consul. The guy was the consul. He was the acting consul general to the U.S. Embassy, and he was talking about the income affidavits and what was going to happen in the future. And I think the only thing that people are unsure of at this point is how long you have to show the monthly income. Is it 3 months like it is now, or is it 12 months in a row? What 12 months is it? Is it from January to the end of the year? Is it from a 1 year period from during your visa? What's the deal? I don't think it's a real big deal. And for those people who, and I happen to be one of them, who has money coming from the United States, or I take out from the United States. I go to the ATM, I take money out once in a while. If you need to show income, let's say you're getting paid into a U.S. account, you've got property you're renting out, you've got a house you're renting out or whatever, and you're getting paid in U.S. dollars. Well, you're going to have to set it up. It's going to be an extra step. You're going to have to transfer it to Thailand. You're not going to be able to just take it out from the U.S. or whatever, and you may be doing that already. So to me, it doesn't sound like a big deal. I don't think it's worth worrying about. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I don't think it's all that bad of a thing. And it really makes no difference to me. And I'm trying to get I'm going to try probably somewhere from October, November to January. I mean, not January, December. To work on getting citizenship here. Doesn't mean I'm going to give up my U.S. citizenship, but that's something that I'm working on. So we'll see about that. Okay, now 13 New Year's goals and resolutions. The first one I've already kind of started. All right, let me see if I can put that in. Let me see if I put this in. I'll put these in here. Train at the gym 4 to 6 times a week. I need to make sure that I don't just do it for 2 months or a month and then go 2 days a week or whatever, or just walk a lot and do push-ups and sit-ups. And I need to go to the gym. The gym, to me, the gym is very important, and it always has been in my life. It's a good place to unwind. What else? Okay, number 2. Let me see if I can just write this down. Number 2. Traveled to 3 countries in 2019. So Vietnam, maybe Indonesia, maybe Japan. Number 3, fast 1 day a week and 3 days every quarter. Is there anybody out there that's still listening? Is this like not on? Is it disconnected or something? All of a sudden the stream just slowed down. Everybody ran off. I got to start talking about poop again or something? Lori's here. What's the benefit of you know what, Richard? I think it speeds up your metabolism. That's what I think. For me, I just feel better if I fast 1 day, like 1 day a week, and it doesn't have to even be a complete fast where all you drink is water and tea and coffee or something like that. No juice or anything like that, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that. I like the 4 days, 3-4 days where you eat like nuts at lunch, and then you have like a salad at dinner. You have like an early dinner, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. You have a nice salad, and then that's it. And you do that for 4 days. I like doing that too. So that's good. Does it help with digestion? I think you feel lighter. I think you feel, you don't feel bogged down by what you've eaten. Like if you eat a big plate of pasta for lunch, let's say you have pasta for lunch, and then you go home and you have a big piece of chicken and, some rice and some vegetables. I don't know. I feel a little bogged down by it. I don't feel quite as fast, And I don't mean fast like hands or anything like that. I just mean light of foot. You feel kind of, I don't want to say healthier because, there are times when you might feel a little weak. But, I don't know. I think it's the metabolism thing for me. So that's pretty important, especially for me, because let me tell you something. I lose and gain weight like, I don't know. I can put on more weight than I can put on weight really, really fast. I'm trying to think of somebody who fluctuates. Jonah Hill. I could be Jonah Hill, the old Jonah Hill, and then 6 weeks later I'm the new Jonah Hill. Is it Jonah Hill or what's the other guy's name? I think that's him. Anyway, all right. Here's the other one. Now this is a big one for me. I got to figure out how to do that. Whether it means finishing my book, which actually that's one of the other goals. All right, let me put the other ones, preferably. Okay, let's see here. Here's a big one for me. I'd really like to do this, if possible, because because my kids have, they've been to, where's Alex been? He's been to Singapore and Macau when he was young. He's been to the United States and China. But, he was younger before, and then when he went to the U.S., it counts, of course. I just think he could use a different, not necessarily Alex, but Nicholas also. They could use some cultural experience. They didn't spend much time in China, so that doesn't really count. All right, here's another one, big one. Big one for me. Get better health insurance by the end of the year. That ties in with the extra money. Better health insurance is about $300 a year, $300 a month rather, and it is really good insurance. But it's about $300 a month, $261 to $300 depending. So that's a fair amount. Okay, then we got this one right here. Nobody's telling me theirs. I know the whole 30. I know I already heard from Soy Dog that he wants to lose 30 pounds. Finish at least one book, preferably 3. I mean, you know, I drag my ass on this stuff. You know, I guess I should put don't procrastinate in there. But that's not a really tangible. As I understand it, it's best to come up with specific goals and resolutions as opposed to general ones. We'll definitely accomplish that. Okay, where's it? Let's see here. You know, I gotta say, I saw a guy, and I'm not gonna say who it is. He's got a channel. I just stumbled onto his channel. Number 9 is buy an actual video camera. I think that's actually pretty important for me. £30 can be a lot. I mean, you know, if you only really need to lose 20, that last 10 is going to be a bitch to get off. I mean, you're really going to have to work hard, you know. Well, actually, you know, there was a guy that I saw, and he was in a gym. He was in a Muay Thai gym training. He wasn't very good. But you know what? That doesn't matter. That's the thing. He was getting shit from people because, oh, you know, you should learn how to punch, or, oh, you know, you're not very good. Some people were nice to him, but a lot of people were just like, dude, you need to work on this, you need to work on that. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ, man. It's obvious the guy's not a pro fucking fighter. Give him a break. At least he's trying. And that's the thing. You know what? I'm sure Lori knows about this as well. She probably, you know, if you're I saw a guy yesterday in the gym. He was a big dude. Okay? Big boy. Very, very ripped and everything like that. And I just thought to myself, you know, for a guy like that, he comes in, he sees some guy, you know, he sees some little skinny guy, or he sees some fat chick, or whatever it is, and they're doing their best. He probably has a lot more respect for them than some idiot who's standing there flexing, looking at his arms, and yet he has bird legs and no chest, and he thinks he knows everything about bodybuilding. You know what I mean? Like, so that's something else. You know, is that if you're gonna exercise, you know, I don't listen. I got a gut. I don't care. I mean, you know, do I want to lose it? Yeah, of course. And I try all the time. I try to do things that lead towards that. And I feel good. At lighter weights, I feel better. But it doesn't mean like I'm going to go into a place and, oh, well, God, I feel so unhappy because I'm not perfect. I don't have the perfect body. Or, you know, I'm punching and I don't look perfect, or, you know, I mean, like, okay, it's like, well, you know what I'm talking about, Lori. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to follow Arnold Schwarzenegger before he was ever famous, before he even won Mr. Olympia, or I think maybe he had won one of them. I got one of his old books and he had Franco Columbo in it. And I used to remember, train your whole body, don't just train your biceps, don't be like that. And people want to do that, okay, more power to them, whatever they want. Doesn't matter to me. But, you know, like, for a guy to go into a Muay Thai gym or a boxing gym, and then to get belittled for it, it just shows how small-minded some people are. Well, then get your own ass in the gym and let me see you do it. Okay, you want to hit the pads? Let me see you do it. You want to talk shit about the guy? Let's see your body. You know what I mean? It's like coming. Oh, yeah. I was like, what? Yeah, I remember. That was in Pumping Iron. It's like I'm coming all the time. So, imagine that. I'm coming all the time. Milk is for babies. I like Franco. And Franco, I remember a story from Franco where some guy was giving him a hard time because he was a bodybuilder. And he said, listen, I haven't been rude to you or something like that, but if you're rude to me anymore, I'm gonna break your face or something like that. And he used to box. He probably could. He's probably really strong. Who would want to get hit by him? Anyway, so it struck me as normal that people were giving the guy shit. Normal for being online. But it's like, imagine if I went into WWE at my age and said, I want to be a wrestler. And they said, okay, we'll give you a shot. And they started throwing me around, and I was like, I'm a baby, man. Even though I'm 56. They'd laugh at me. Or jiu-jitsu. I know enough jiu-jitsu to get myself in trouble. But, so I don't know. And what gets me too is that it's Christmas time. And the other day I went into Starbucks, and there's a girl that works there. She's always there, almost always. I said to her, Merry Christmas, and she just, huh? I said, Merry Christmas. Oh, Merry Christmas. And she almost didn't know what to say, and I was like, wow. So Christmas is everywhere. That's why I find it a little bit depressing. Christmas is everywhere in Thailand, and you can see it just about everywhere. There's always trees and stuff like that. The Christmas specials and everything like that. But nobody says Merry Christmas. And so I told the girl, I said, it's Christmas time. You should say Merry Christmas sometimes. I said, I know Thai people, when it's New Year's, they'll be like, oh, Sawat Pi Mai, But they don't say Merry Christmas, which, is understandable. But, like, if they're gonna know about Christmas and they're going to practice it, then they ought to know a little bit about the spirit of Christmas, All right, so where was I? Number 9? I only got how many? What, 3 more? Number 10. Okay, this is a big one, too, for me. Because I'm really bad at it. I'm really, really bad at this. Stick to my schedules. Yes, Franco is awesome. Stick to my schedules. I got schedules for just about everything. And I almost never follow them 100%. And by schedule, that also means, I'm very good about waking up at a certain time and getting out the door if I have to. I hate it. I hate getting out of the door at, say, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. Tomorrow I have something to do. I got to get up at 4:45, maybe 4:30. I have to be up, taking a shower, and then I got to go do something. I got to get on the boat and go, and I want to catch the 5:30 boat. I'm good about stuff like that. But, like, managing my time, I'm not so good about, because I'll be like, I'm getting creative. I don't want to break up the flow, which is something that I read about the other day, where if you do something creative, most people who do anything remotely creative, they don't want to stop what they're doing, because once things start coming out, they start flowing. They don't want to just, say, oh, well, that's the end of that, I'm going to just go do something else now. No, because then you got to restart, and you may not have the same mindset, So adhering to a schedule is number 10. It's very, I already said number 11, which is start working on my citizenship here. This is a big one right here. Oh, I got 2 more. This is 2 more. So here's this one. Let's see here. I already said number 11, which is... Okay, so number 12. Oh, shit, this is too much. Let's see here. There we go, number 12. Yeah, but think about it. Their daily changes. For the most part, they're daily changes. Some of them are just goals. You know, the money thing, obviously that's important. And I've talked to you about that, Soy Dog Cowboy. I mean, you know, it's important, and it'll always be important. But, you know, I got to come up with a number that works for me that, you know, I look at and go, okay, here's where I'm trying to get to. You know. But like, purchase the Ricoh camera. Okay, boom, there's money. Purchase an actual video camera. Money. Take the kid. Okay, that's a scheduling. Take one of the kids out to somewhere. That's a scheduling thing. And of course, it's money, but it ties in with me going to 3 different countries in 2019 and actually doing a little bit of traveling inside of Thailand. Number 12 is work towards simplifying my life. Which I'm already doing that now, but I want to see a little more progress. Throw out or give away junk, and then use stuff. Live more Spartan, like a little Japanese, like in a little Japanese style house with tatami mats and less junk. Throw away old clothes, which is mostly all of my clothes, which means replacing some of them. But I don't need all the clothes that I have. So that's something, you know, this is something that I can do a little bit at a time, and it's not a big deal. And then the last one on this massive list, I've already started doing this again, but I want to do it even less. And I think I'm doing pretty well about it. And this is a huge one. Don't worry about bullshit that doesn't warrant worrying about. There are people, places, and things that rear their ugly head at times, and they absolutely make no difference to your life. So why worry about them? You know, it's taken me a long time to come to that conclusion. So that's my list. That's a big list, I guess, but if I had to narrow it down to 3 things, I would say there would be train at the gym, because that has to do with my health. Make an extra $1,000 a month, because that ties in with several things. And, well, there's actually a few that I like. I like the don't worry about bullshit that doesn't warrant worrying about. I also like finishing at least one book, and the citizenship. I mean, you know, like, all of them are important to me. So, anyway. Now, anybody else? Anybody want to tell me what they got any resolutions? Everybody knows me, but I don't know them. Nobody bears their soul. Oh, maybe one should be shave. I don't want to shave, though. You know, Bernard's not here. Bernard put something up. I put something, and this goes with the simplifying life. Listening. What's your big give me one big change besides the losing weight. That's so, you know, that's like a normal one. Everybody says they want to lose weight. Even people who don't need to lose weight say they want to lose weight. So, what are you saying? You want to be a better listener? Or you don't want to listen to bullshit that doesn't warrant listening to? don't know if you could hear that. It's my neck cracking. Losing 30. Oh, losing 30 and improving listening comprehension. You know, I didn't put another one in there, and that's also to start studying Thai again in a school because I want to get my certification or my certificate like I have the equivalent of a high school. It's a certificate for speaking Thai at a high school level. I'd like to get that. Because my Thai, you know, sometimes it's very good. Sometimes it's, depends on how much I'm speaking. You know, if I'm speaking a lot of English for weeks on end, then I'm like, oh, what's that word? You know, finally go to the doctor and get the colonoscopy. Ooh, ow. Yeah, I've had that. You know, when they did the whole thing with the bile duct surgery and the, you know, and I had the wires coming out of my ass too. That wasn't too pleasant. That's good to do that. Listening comprehension is always good. Sometimes what I find is my hearing is not so good sometimes. And so I'll say something and I'll go, huh, what? Because I don't hear. Hard to comprehend something if you don't hear, you know. Lori, you're on the hook if you're still here. You're on the hook. And please don't tell me you want to lose weight. Yeah, that stuff's pretty nasty, but it's not that bad. You're on the hook. Everybody over 50 says, I like to lose a few pounds. Not many people over 50 are going, hey, I'm in perfect shape. Everything's great, you know. Yeah, to me, a colonoscopy, you know, yeah, it's not the most pleasant thing, but, you know, what are you going to do? You gotta get, you know, that's another thing. I need a checkup. I need a full checkup. Maybe I should put be nicer to my subscribers and viewers. I think I've already tried that, and I think I've done pretty well. I think I've done okay. I can still turn it on and off. Dennis has the switch. He knows. Dennis, what about you? Are you awake? You're here? You're lurking in the background? What's the one thing that you're going to do, that you're going to tell yourself to do next year? Let me see if I can make sure he's, make your mom happy and not cost. I've done pretty good about that. Benny, take it easy. Thank you very much again. Thanks. Happy New Year. And all that good stuff. I think I've done a good job, a pretty good job. I think I can do better. But I think I've done a good job lessening my foul language. I mean, you know, every once in a while it just feels good to let it out. Just say it. Fuck it! You know? Or fuck them! I don't care. Who, you know, I don't give a fuck. Every once in a while it feels good to say that. You know? Or fuck you, yeah. Sometimes it feels good to say that. I try not to say fuck you very often. I really don't say it very often. Yeah, man, let me think here. The only time I really use fuck would be like, what the fuck? Well, I'm not going to get into that. But what the fuck is a big one. Shit, that's another big one. Motherfucker, once in a while. But other than that, fuckhead, dickhead, peckerhead, Cocksucker. I like that one. Fucking cocksucker. That's a good one. Sorry, Mom, if you're listening. Fucking piece of shit. Son of a bitch, you bastard. You dumb motherfucker. Big pussy. You're just a big old pussy. Oh, God. I could go on and on. I should make a rap song. Or, no, I don't think I could make a rap song, but let's say a poem that does nothing but swears. It tells a story by swearing. I'd like to put something like that together. And then make Alex score it for me. He can write the guitar licks for it. That would be pretty good. Dennis must be asleep. Are you sleeping, Mr. Dennis? Dennis knockout? I'll tell you what, you know who's been knocking out here real early is Nicholas. Because he's been doing what does he study? Whoa, hey man, how's it going? Nicholas has been doing his physics and chemistry, and it's very difficult stuff. I mean, I don't understand most of it, or just about all of it. And so he'll go to school, and then after school he'll hang out with his buddies and supposedly study. And then he comes home, and he's home at 5:30, 6 o'clock. Boy, 5:30, 6 o'clock. He'll be like, I just want to lay down for a little while. Boom, he's out. That's it. He doesn't want to get up. Doesn't even care about dinner sometimes. You know, I was thinking about going to the football game this Monday, set to stun. But you know what? It starts at, I think, 4:45 in the morning. So that's a no-go. It's not going to happen. But maybe the next couple of weeks in the playoffs, when they go play in the playoffs, we can go check it out and have another breakfast there. I am. And then I'm still thinking about the fight on Sunday, but just if you want to come, plan on it. I do believe I'll get the fight, the John Jones, Gustafson, and Amanda Nunes versus Cyborg. I think I'll have the fight. And maybe I can get Scott to come, and Mr. Billy, and I don't know, and the kids will be here. So I'll make sure that I'll try to wake them up for the fight. If they're willing to get up, I'll get them up. All right, I'll let you know, man. We'll talk about it a little bit later. All I have to do is just pull the trigger and spend the $20, which I'm not opposed to doing. But I wanted to make sure that I wanted to look at the rest of the card, actually. So, anyway, I think this stream has just about come to a full stop. So, what's today? Thursday? I think I'll be streaming. We were talking about, you know what? I'll be streaming again on Sunday. Sunday, let's see here. How many days I got left? 3 days. We'll talk offline. No worries, though. What am I thinking? Oh, Sunday. Today is Thursday, so then we got Friday, Saturday, so it'll be 2, 1. So I guess Sunday is the last day of my goal here for Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh. Hopefully I'll make it. I don't know. I'm a little bit far away from it, but hopefully I will. But even if I don't, I have about 10 days left, and I'll see what I got, what I can put together, and yeah. So I guess Sunday will be the day that I'm going to stream. I got to figure it out. I'd like to go somewhere, but then again, I'm trying to keep costs down. And, there's got to be somewhere I can go that'll be pretty cool. I'll have to think about it. I'll put it up. So plan on being there 9 o'clock on Sunday. Come one, come all. Share the stream. I don't care if there's trolls. Trolls need love too. They need hugs too. They can come too. Everybody loves them. Super Chat gets a chunk. Yeah, they get 30%, which is not so good. And the thing is that like for this month, I'll get the money. I don't get the money until January 22nd. So, let me hold $1. Hey, man, let me hold $1. Hey, man, let me hold $500. When I think of that guy, still to this day. Yeah, super good. So anyway, from, in the next 10 days, actually, the PayPal is better than Super Chat. I mean, Super Chat is very convenient, and I understand why people use it. And, listen, 70% of something is better than 0% of nothing. So it doesn't really matter to me, and I appreciate it. And I'm happy to be able to go and, put something together, at least show some people some stuff because, like I said, I'll make sure that I can stream. And even if I can, I'll put out little 5-minute clips or something every other day or whatever. So let me hold $1. Until next time, I guess you know what I got to do. Oh, I got some little things that I'm going to start incorporating into the stream. Today there were no trolls, so I didn't have to use any of these. One of them was that was one, and the other was flushing the turd. And then, of course, we have that was a nice one. All right, then we have this. We know plenty of people who do that. What else? Here's the good one. This is the one I like. Oh, man. Let me see if I can turn it up. They're not real good about setting up the levels. This is for the groaners. Output, input. All right, let's see. Do I have any more? Oh, here. I'd like to start using one of those. No, that's not Bernard. What I was going to say is the other day I said that, I was talking about simplifying my life. And so one of the things that I said I was going to do is eliminate some of my non-essential social media. And Bernard said something about, well, I don't think it's a good reason just because you don't want more work or something like that. It has nothing to do with the amount of work. It has to do with simplifying my life, and I don't need 2 Twitter accounts. I really don't need a Tumblr account. I don't even need a Reddit account, really. I don't need, what's that other one? VM. I don't need any of these accounts. I need YouTube. And maybe Facebook, and I don't really particularly like Facebook because I don't like what they stand for, and they own Instagram, so I don't like any of those. Yeah, I mean, I know that's the thing too, is that Facebook is a way to log into things, and it's also a place to go on groups and to, there is some cool content on Facebook, but it does, for me, it doesn't have to do with the amount of work. Do you kill Line? No, I don't kill Line. I don't use Line as a social media. Yeah, that's because nobody can find me unless I want them to find me. If you want, Richard, I'll open it up. I'll open the settings up. Like, I thought you were already on here. Let me see. I thought I had you on here. Weren't you on here before? Let me see if I can check it on the settings here. Let me see if I can do what I got to do. Privacy. All right. Okay, you can, we were. Okay, that's what I thought. All right, you should be able to add me now, and I'll give it about 15 minutes. And if anybody else adds me, I'm just going to delete them because I don't like people having my ID when they really don't need it. I don't even like it. There was one particular guy who asked me for my line. I go, hey, okay, all right, here, and I gave it to him. And I thought, why did I do that? I should have just said no. But I was trying to be nice. But Richard, you can have it. If I told you about the guy, you'd understand why. But I'm not going to get into that. So anyway, all right. Well. If you want to find me on Twitter, it's Scott Mallon, not an American in Bangkok. And if you want, Instagram, I don't know how much longer Instagram's going to be around. You know what, Lori, I like Instagram for the photos, but then again, I just have a problem with the way that they handle things. And the fact that they're in and owned by what do you call it? Facebook. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't really mind deleting both of them, and I may. I don't have that many people following me. No, it wasn't Bernard, man. It wasn't Bernard. It wasn't him. It was another guy, and he was a bit of a lush, which, whatever, but that doesn't mean that I got to let him into my life. Really, if I was to keep two things, it would be YouTube. And, I just have a problem with Facebook, and the problem is I have a lot of subscribers. No, it wasn't Gimme. I have a lot of what do you call it, likes on the Facebook, and I don't really want to lose all those. It's it's good for the business aspect of promoting your site, your channel. But I read something the other day about no, it was on a video. I heard some guy say, hey, excuse me. What people need to do is start using their website as a personal business card. And that's where everything is done. And I'm trying to do that. And I want to do that. I just put my videos up. And, you go to my channel. You want anything? You go to my channel or you go to my website. And I have it already set up. I have a nice smart-ass remark. If anybody wants to see it, go to an American in Bangkok at gmail.com. and just send me a quick note, send me a hello, and you'll get the response. I think it's about as brilliant as you can think of. It's a bit of a smart-ass response, but the idea is that, like, nobody really is forced to be on social media or to use it or to respond to email unless you're doing it for business purposes. So if some guy out of the blue writes you and goes, I got this girl and I thought she loved me and she said she stopped working at the bar. Would you go follow her around for me? Would you vet her for me? Please, I'll give you $25. It's like, Jesus Christ, man, No, I don't think he did that. No, I don't think he did that. He didn't act, he wasn't the guy. There was a guy who said to me, if I went to the pork stall girl, there was the video with the pork stall girl, and some guy said to me, if I went back and got her phone number and gave it to him, he'd give me $100. And I said, get the fuck out of here. I said, dude, first of all, I don't know you. I'm not gonna set you up with some chick on the phone when you don't speak Thai. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about when it comes to Thailand. You don't know the girl. I'm not your pimp. Listen, send me $100 if you want to, but I'm not going to go set you up with some broad. Now, if the guy was in Thailand and I knew him and he was a nice guy and I knew he had a decent character, all right, maybe I'd help him out. For nothing. But, like, some guy out of the blue, and then when I told him, dude, get the fuck out of here, he got all pissy and started going all, Tibetan on me and saying, you need to learn the Tibetan way and mellow out and do, and I was like, you know what, you need to learn to fuck off, and that was the end of it. Sorry, Mom. Listen, if a guy, I'll end on this note, and I got one question for you, Dennis, and then that's it. If a guy is inexperienced with women, you know what? He needs to find his way. It's very simple. I can say to him, hey, I don't know if that's very good that, she's got tattoos all over and she's slathered in gold. She's got 3 phones and, she works at, what's the one with the R, Rainbow 2 in Nana, and she's worked there for 5 years and she told you that she loves you. I don't know if it's a good idea to marry her. Guys really don't need me to do that kind of stuff. They're not that stupid. Well, they shouldn't be that stupid. And if they are, guess what? You might have to learn the hard way. You know what I mean? So, anyway, I guess that's all I got. Oh, Dennis, we got one question for you. 2019 will be upon us, even though I'm streaming on Sunday. Sunday's what? The 30th? Yeah. 28, 29, 30. Yeah. So, Dennis, what inquiring minds want to know is, what is your one goal or New Year's resolution for 2019? And now I got to play the Jeopardy music. Boom, boom. What's the deal here? Uh-oh. I didn't want to hide the chat. Dennis? 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 All right, let's see if I can do this here. To be to be alive for 2020. Well, you know what? That's a good one, and let's hope you are. No, none of this. Don't do that. You'll be alive. He's strong. And with that, I will bid you adieu. Until next time. Have a good next couple of days. Arrivederci.